It's a fact hidden from no one that the Chinese Communist Party (CCP), led by the vile Xi Jinping regime, is looking to bolster its expansionist policies in the Indian subcontinent region. What China did to Tibet, it is looking to emulate the same feat with India's neighbour, Nepal. It is driving a wedge between centuries-old Indo-Nepal relations to quietly colonize the Himalayan country. Of late, the cowardly People Liberation Army's incursions in Ladakh, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim have also been increasing, proving that Beijing is hatching some serious conspiracies. The Tibetan government in exile has warned that the region faces a bleak future under Chinese expansionist policy. President of the Tibetan government in exile Lobsang Sangay, in an interview with WION, said that China was looking to accomplish its Five Fingers Plan. After the occupation of Tibet, in the 60s, Chinese leaders have said Tibet is the palm, now they have to go for Five Fingers: Ladakh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. So in 2017, you have Doklam incident that borders Sikkim and Bhutan, and then now you have in Ladakh. This is all part of the grand, long-term expansionist strategy which they had and implementing now, said Lobsang Sangay. Lobsang gave the blueprint of Chinese incursion in a country and explained how Beijing will masquerade its development activities in the region as a way to infiltrate the porous borders of Nepal. The way Tibet was occupied, first they said they will build a road from China to Tibet. This will bring prosperity to Tibetans. Once they build the road, they brought in trucks, tanks, guns, and soon they occupied us, said Lobsang. Yogi had warned about it before. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had already warned Nepal and its communist leader KP Oli about the consequences of going with the Red authoritarian regime. Nepal should think of the consequences and remember what happened to Tibet, Yogi Adityanath had said a few days earlier. Adityanath's statement had riled up KP Oli, who quickly shot out with a reply saying Yogi should not threaten Nepal. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Adityanath Ji said some things about Nepal. His remarks were not appropriate or legitimate. The leadership of the central government in India should tell him not to speak on issues that he is not responsible for. He should also be told that his comments threatening Nepal will be condemned, said KP Oli in his stupor of Chinese love. China has followed its infamous debt trap diplomacy in Kathmandu, which sees China use its economic might to increase its influence in a country and gives humongous loans with punishing conditions which it knows the country won't be able to pay back, and hence starts occupying the debtors' territories, and Nepal is the latest entry into a prospective Chinese client state. In October last year, under the controversial Belt and Road Initiative, the Nepalese and Chinese governments inked a $2.75 billion trans-Himalayan project during Xi Jinping's visit to the Himalayan state. People familiar with BRI projects in Nepal share the same concerns of other BRI partners, as they claim that the projects are impractical and will further plunge Kathmandu into the Chinese debt trap. In October last year, China pledged nearly $500 million in aid to Nepal. In the first quarter of the fiscal year 2019-20, China accounted for approximately 93% of total FDI committed in Nepal, as it pledged a whopping $88 million in the first quarter. And while Nepal battles for new territories with India, its own house is in a disarray. China has annexed its areas, with a village by the name of Rui being one known casualty. The PM Oli-led communist government in Nepal is unable to lay claim over the Rui village, illegally occupied by China and added into the Tibet region. Rui Gorn of Gorkha, which consists of 72 households, was part of Nepal, but Beijing is claiming it to be a part of its territory now. Oli, short-sighted by his misplaced beliefs about communism, is playing into the hands of Beijing. It is not in the interest of Nepal to become China's client state, especially because nearly 6 million Nepalese citizens live and work in India, bringing huge remittances for the Himalayan country. Nepal should take Lobsang Sangay's advice to their heart, otherwise, it would not take much time for China to have Tibet 2.0 under its grasp.